Eddie Murphy and his late brother Charlie Murphy are known for being two of the most brilliant comedians and actors in Hollywood. Today we are going to talk about things you may not know about the Murphy brothers. Before I begin, I want to share a little bit of their background. The Murphy brothers Charlie and Eddie were born in Brooklyn, New York. Their mother Lillian Murphy was a telephone operator, and their father Charles Edward Murphy was a transit police officer, an amateur actor, and comedian. Their father was murdered in 1969, and after their mother became ill, Eddie and his brother Charlie lived in foster care for 1 year. Later they were raised in Roosevelt, New York, by his mother and stepfather Vernon Lynch, a foreman at an ice cream plant. Now let's talk about things you may not know about Eddie and Charlie Murphy. I will start with Charlie first. Charlie Murphy ran a street gang named King Pythons, and he was known to them as Little Boss. After spending 10 months in jail, in 1978, the day he was released, he joined the Navy, and served for 6 years as a boiler technician. After the service is when Charlie began to pursue his career. By that time, his brother Eddie had already skyrocketed to fame. What I love about Charlie is, as an older brother, watching his younger brother succeed career-wise before him, he never showed signs of jealousy. What stood out the most is, Charlie chose not to ride Eddie's coattail, he decided to make a name for himself. He felt that in order to be one of the greats, he had to create his own legacy, and that's exactly what he did. Charlie was a comedian, actor, and writer. He landed his first major role in the 1993 film CB4, playing the antagonist Gusto. But what really helped his career to take off is when he became a writer and cast member of the Comedy Central sketch comedy series Chappelle's Show, Charlie Murphy's True Hollywood Stories. Many may not know this, but Charlie Murphy was also a voice actor. He was voices behind Belly Bomb from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TV show, Mark Echo's Getting Up, Contents Under Pressure video game, Ed Winkler III, from The Boondocks, and Jizzy B, from the video game Grand Theft Auto. Charlie also co-wrote the screenplay to films with his brother Eddie, such as Norbit, Vampire in Brooklyn, as well as Harlem Nights. So we can see that Charlie was very successful in making a name for himself. As we all know, Charlie Murphy is no longer with us. He passed away April 12, 2017, from leukemia, at age 57. Let's take some time out to remember him. Now let's talk about Eddie Murphy. Growing up, I first heard of Eddie from his stand-up comedy film Raw. Not sure if I should have been watching that, seeing that I was a kid back then, but that's when I became a fan of Eddie. It's funny that I saw Raw first, when Beverly Hills Cop came out before Raw, in 1984. Raw didn't air till 1987. Eventually I got around to watching every single Beverly Hills Cop, and I absolutely loved them. But, let's jump into some things you may not know about Eddie Murphy. The character Axel Foley from Beverly Hills Cop was originally going to be played by Sylvester Stallone, or Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke was offered the role first, but abandoned the project to film another movie. Though Eddie Murphy expressed his interest in the movie, Sylvester Stallone was already offered the role, and he accepted. Sylvester insisted that the script be rewritten, to make it an hard-edge action movie. Though his ideas were considered, Paramount couldn't add the changes without it raising the budget, so they went with the original script. After Stallone's ideas were rejected, he left the project. I feel that it was all a part of God's plan for Eddie Murphy. Of course, Eddie had already starred in films such as 48 Hours and Trading Places, in which were both very successful movies. However, starring in Beverly Hills Cop helped his career to go mainstream. Beverly Hills Cop made over $316 million, making it 1984's biggest box office hit. It was such a huge success that Paramount decided to film Part 2 and 3. And it was announced back in November of 2019 that Beverly Hills Cop 4 is joining the Netflix family and is expected to be released in 2024. Now this one is a hard one for me to see. Eddie Murphy was offered to play the role Candyman. I just can't picture him playing that role. It would have definitely been comical. After seeing him play the roles he has played, I just wouldn't be able to take him serious. But the reason Eddie didn't accept the role is because the filmmakers couldn't afford him. Y'all probably knew this one, but I didn't know that Eddie Murphy has 10 kids by 5 different women. Yes, 5 different women. Paulette McNeely is the mother of his first child, Eric Murphy. We all know that Eddie was married to Nicole Murphy between 1993 and 2006, and they have 5 children together. 4 daughters and 1 son. Bria, Shane, Zola, and Bella are the names of their daughters, and Miles is the name of their son. Tamara Hood is the mother of his son Christian. Melanie Brown is the mother of his daughter Angel, and Paige Butcher, his current fiancée, is the mother of Izzy and Max. Now, I can see Eddie playing in this movie. You may not know, but he was supposed to start in Ghostbusters. According to Eddie Murphy, he was supposed to be in Ghostbusters, but he was shooting Beverly Hills Cop, so it wasn't a matter of him turning down the role, he was just really busy. He said he wished that he could have done both. Either way, it would have been a good move for Eddie, because both movies were a huge success. Eddie did his thing in Beverly Hills Cop. Eddie Murphy is a huge fan of Star Trek, and he was actually supposed to be in Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home. He was going to be playing the role of a college professor and UFO enthusiast. Eddie didn't like the script, so he chose to start in The Golden Child instead. A lot of people may not know this, but Eddie Murphy can sing a little bit. He had 2 hit singles in the mid-80s, Party All the Time, in which was co-written and produced by Rick James. The single reached number 2 on the US singles chart, making the top 20 around the world. Eddie's second single, How Could It Be Followed, in which was also the name of his debut album. He recorded 2 more albums after his debut album titled So Happy and Love's Alright. However, neither album sold well, and Eddie hasn't released any music since. Of course, there is more about Eddie Murphy that we may not know, but I am gonna end at his net worth. As of April 2023, his net worth is $200 million. So we can see that his hard work has paid off over the years. He has maintained a very successful career. Well guys, this is it for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you once again for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so that you will be notified when I upload another video.